Good morning. I was just thinking back to how I used to get the craziest cravings, especially during this time of the month. Like there were certain foods I knew I could not buy or keep in the house because I would absolutely destroy them. But now there are like 5 different things I do every single morning that I swear have completely stopped my sweet tooth, stopped my cravings, and helped me feel so good. So let's spend the morning together so I can show you exactly what I do. If you are struggling to lose weight, if you're struggling with cravings or getting to the middle of the day and crashing out or just starving, these little tweaks to your morning routine are going to make a huge difference. The first thing I do every single morning is actually newer in my routine over like the last year or so. I used to like roll out of bed and go straight to my coffee. That is what got me out of bed every single day. And I still love my coffee. But since I started adding this into my morning routines, my mornings have literally changed. I feel like I have so much more energy that I don't need that coffee first thing, and it helps those cravings later on. I wake up around 5:30 or 6 and try to get dressed before I even leave my room. And the first thing I do is hydrate. So I used to leave out a glass of water because I hate cold water. But when we remodeled the kitchen, we got this reverse osmosis. So it's already room temperature and I love it. I'll do apple cider vinegar, some sea salt, and this trace mineral fulvic acid to really help replenish all those electrolytes first thing in the morning. And then I'll usually read a little Bible verse and try to get some morning light. It's been a little gloomier, and today was one of the first days we actually had sun in the morning, and it felt so good. I like to just stretch and get some mobility. I feel like these few things just tell my internal clock like it is time to wake up and get going. For my entire life, I was never hungry in the mornings, and I actually kind of took pride in the fact that I skipped breakfast. I thought that was cool and like made me really healthy. And I did intermittent fasting for a while thinking that was the answer, because I was like, well, I don't like to eat anyway. But it turns out that actually was hurting my progress and increasing my cravings later on in the day. Within the first 30 minutes of waking up, I made one tiny little change that was such an easy transition for me, but completely helped stop those cravings almost immediately. It's kind of one change, but it's in 2 steps. So I'm gonna show you guys real fast. So the first thing I do is always get fiber and celery juice before anything else, because one, as a hypo girly, my digestive system, it needs the extra fiber and support. But I really feel like this combo with the celery juice just gets everything moving, and fiber is going to help you feel full. So if you're in a caloric deficit, starting your day with some fiber is going to just get you off on the right foot to help you feel full and satiated. Okay, this is the most important part to like really get your body to transition to eating in the morning, which if you haven't watched my other videos, is so important if you're trying to lose weight. Every morning I do a scoop of LSF protein in my water, and this is the easiest way to make sure I'm hitting that 20 grams. And I used to be like a vanilla girl, but I've been obsessed with our chocolate protein. I think the thing I love about it the most is just the fact that it's not chalky, it's so easy to blend, it doesn't make me bloated, especially first thing in the morning. I'll usually do my devotional and read my Bible during this time, and this is something that has been a huge priority for me over the last year or two, and I feel like it's just completely changed my soul. I completely stopped drinking coffee for a period of time, and then I was just doing half cap because I feel like it would always make me so crazy jittery. But now that I do the fiber and protein first, I still do half calf most of the time, but I don't get that wild spike from the caffeine. It doesn't make me feel icky in the morning. It's so much smoother. So I'm gonna make my coffee and then we'll make breakfast. And this is something that did really change, especially when I got pregnant, because I never ate breakfast before. I started with the protein and then I brought the breakfast in, but it has been such a huge difference maker in how I feel, my energy, the cravings, and really helping just balance my body all day long, plus make sure I actually hit those protein goals. Okay, first a moment for my little coffee bar setup. I love this. It's so summery, but I am gonna have to transition to fall because believe it or not, it is that time of year. I already have my pumpkin spice Miss C out, which is dropping in a couple of weeks. I'll put a link down below if you guys wanna get on the list because it sold out in 6 days last year, which is absolutely crazy. So for my breakfast, I am focused on high protein. We're talking like 40 grams here, and this combination makes it so light and fluffy and creamy. You're gonna love it. I make this breakfast literally every single day. Once in a while I mix something in there, but it is my go-to. I feel so good, and I'll show you everything I add to it. It's not too heavy, so it's perfect if you're not used to eating breakfast. It's a really nice transition to also make sure you're hitting a good high protein first thing in the morning. And while that's cooking up, I'm gonna go put my coffee together. So I do my Miss Congeniality, a little unsweetened almond milk, and then cinnamon in my coffee. For breakfast, I have the egg whites, an egg, some toast with olive oil, and broccoli. I try to eat my broccoli first, but it's hard. But it's really good for digestion if you can get those greens in first. This is the perfect breakfast. So I know it's a lot of food, but here's the thing, especially if you're in a caloric deficit, if you're trying to find foods that are gonna fill you up, this is going to do that. It is gonna help cut those cravings. If you get in 60 grams of protein by like 8 or 9 a.m., those afternoon cravings aren't gonna exist. You are gonna feel so full, especially if you have the fiber in with it, and you'll be fueling your body so that you actually can see some results without like wasting your time on empty calories. This next part of my morning routine has been something I've done since day one in my weight loss journey, but I've been falling more and more in love with it this year. It only takes about 10 minutes. I do it many times a day, but it's probably one of my favorite parts of my morning routine. And I love doing it first thing in the morning because it's kind of just my quiet mental time to set my day. I try to think of my muscles like a sponge. So after I eat, I always want to get in like a quick walk or a little workout just because it's going to help my muscles soak up that breakfast. And I've noticed that you have like fewer crashes, fewer cravings, and less spikes in my blood sugar throughout the day. It just helps me feel a lot more even and energized, especially in the morning. I created these little post-it notes when we started our summer shape up challenge, but I think I'm going to leave them up all year because every time I look at it, I feel so inspired, and it really just helps encourage me and set the tone for my day. This last thing is just like a 1-minute plan so 3 p.m. does not sneak up on me. And this is both for my nutrition to help with cravings, but also just for my day. I'm a pen to paper kind of girl. I love my digital calendar and reminders on my phone, of course, but there is nothing like sitting down in the morning and having quiet time to actually write and think. And I love using my goals planner. This has been a staple for me. I use the note section in the back as well, but I really try to anchor my protein throughout the day so I know what my minimum is and kind of build my day around it so there's no guessing. At this point, I know in my head every day, like I map out exactly what I'm gonna be eating so that I know that I'm hitting my protein goals. And that has helped me not only when I was losing 45 pounds, but this last year losing almost 10 pounds and doing a lot of body recomposition, gaining muscle while in a slight caloric deficit. It really came down to hitting protein, especially in the morning, front loading it there, getting those 60 grams before 8 a.m., cut my cravings so I'm not snacking on all the little things. I'm not feeling deprived or restricted, and I'm still able to hit my goals. And setting up in the morning has really been the key to doing all of that. When I break down my morning routine, it's pretty simple. 5 little steps, but those 5 steps truly have helped me feel the best I have ever felt. I'm in the best shape of my life. With a 3-year-old, I feel so good. I'm healthy, I'm strong, my thyroid levels are solid. Like, this is probably the best I've felt in years, and I know it's because of this morning routine. So super simple, hydrate and get sunlight, have your protein and ideally some fiber before coffee, eat a high protein breakfast, 30, 40 grams. You saw it was pretty easy to do. Move your body for 10 minutes at least after eating, and then write down a plan. Anchor your protein for the day so you know how much you're getting. You're keeping your blood sugar nice and steady. You're not getting those crazy cravings, and you're able to stick to your plan. And I want to challenge you, no matter where you're at in your routine or your health and fitness goals, to get 60 grams of protein. It doesn't have to be before 8, but depending on when you wake up, within the first 2 hours of waking up. If you're in, comment down below and just write 60 and 7 and come back in a week and let me know how you're feeling. I know you haven't seen a routine from me in a minute, so hopefully you like this one and found it super helpful and inspiring. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button and turn on notifications and drop a comment telling me what you would want to see in a new night routine, because I'm bringing you one next week. All right, love you girls. See you next week. Bye. Thanks for watching. And if you want to see more of my routines, check them out here.